This league promotes finding diamonds in the rough, kids that didn't have an opportunity, they're on the wrong team, they had the wrong coach. If we can find those kids, which we have 20 of them now, that we build a team in 45 days.
I look at like the amazing facilities and like the coaching staff, like everything looked perfect for me.
It's kind of a no-brainer for me.
Here is, I heard, was very professional, and I had absolutely no idea there was such a big hockey community.
Saw the amazing facilities here and coaching staff.
Felt like it was a good fit for me. I noticed my confidence got up.
I think the system starts with what you do off the ice, right? And that's been our biggest challenge, right, is taking these kids from different places in the world, right, and bringing them in and trying to establish a culture. And it's been difficult, right, to teach discipline, to teach accountability, to show up on time, right? That's where it all starts. We have the resources that, frankly, other programs don't have, and we try to utilize them to the best of our abilities.
I mean, they'll help each individual out as well as like all team stuff, so they do a good job giving everybody what they need to get better at or what they think they should be working on more. Our schedule's really nice during the week. We get a lot of ice time in the gym. All the facilities here are brand new, super nice, from the gym to the locker room. The rink is unreal as it is.
We work out twice a week here, and our trainers give us as much of resources as they can to push us and make us better off the ice, to help us on the ice too. All of our workouts are kind of tailor-made for hockey players. And
the coaching staff helped me get better, like offensively. John Solway helped me like work on my stride, my edges.
His teaching is really good. He processes it in a way that makes it easy for us to kind of reciprocate what he's doing in a way that's kind of lower to our level.
For them to see the professionalism and the support that they have, I mean, it's second to none. It's remarkable to see, these guys, getting the chance to, talk to the, people in the community and the kids, and the opportunity to really have that moment to themselves, right? And have that opportunity to essentially, live the day in the life of what it's like to play pro hockey, right? I mean, they're around the Fort Wayne Comets. Earlier in the year, guys were coming out, and helping the kids. And it's remarkable because they get to see what it takes to play at the next level.
Not only Josh, but we've got Jerry Most, who helps with our goaltending, and Paris Duffus, who is a familiar name for Fort Wayne fans, that really helps our goalies off the ice. And I think gives them the mental approach that they need to advance to the next level, as we know that's really important with goaltending.
He preaches accountability. He always makes sure accountability on and off the ice, actually. He makes sure we're doing the right things off the ice, and we're, more importantly, doing the right things on the ice, making sure we're, always just ready to go, ready to play, never having our minds stray throughout a game or a practice, always be just ready to go.
We tell these kids all the time, from high school till about college to your junior years, you've got 7 to 8 years to work really hard and get your life on the right path, or you can goof off and not pay attention and get involved with the wrong people, and then the rest of your life after that 8 years is going to be pretty difficult, right? So trying to get them prepared for the real world is priority number one.
There's a lot of hockey players in the world, and you're not all going to make the highest team and not get noticed, or you might become the best hockey player you've ever been at 20. You don't know when you're going to come out of your shell. So they have to have this opportunity to play, or they may never be seen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Sport One Parkview Ice House, where we return with another USPHL Midwest East Division matchup in the Premier League, where we have the Battle Creek Kernels visiting the Fort Wayne Spacemen, and what is most likely the last grasp of summer-like weather here in the Summit City.
Oh, it was a beauty the last few days, and it's currently 72 degrees, and like every day here we're going to get a splash of rain, but that'll be in the middle of the night. But Yeah, if you didn't get out now, and then come back and watch this game. It is nice, but yeah, it's going to turn into a really cold fall come Monday.
Yeah, I saw they might even be dropping the 4-letter word, begin with an S, ending with a W.
Oh, I love it. I have a plow business, so it's been a drought. Of course, I had a lawn business too, and I had a drought. So now all of a sudden we're getting plenty of moisture. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, 20s for the lows. If your furnace isn't fixed, you better get going.
So, as always, I'm Brandon Porter with the Premier Team. I'll be your play-by-play. Bryce Ryder on color. As we get set for this weekend, 3 games this weekend. Spacemen going to need all the points they can get as we get to the standings here in a minute. Tonight, Battle Creek. Saturday, Sunday against the Cincinnati Cyclones.
Yeah, so the Cyclones, they played 1 game down in Cincy, but they played Battle Creek a couple of games here, and I'll let you tell some of the results with that.
Well, we'll take a look here at the standings in the USPHL Midwest East Division. The Fort Wayne Spacemen do lead the way right now, still sitting in the number 1 spot, 8-2-1, 17 points. Here's why these points are so important. The Chicago Crush, right on our heels, 8-2, 16 points, 1 point back with the game in hand. So these 6 points up for grabs this weekend for the Spacemen are going to be a major factor in the standings, at least going into the start of November.
Yeah, and it starts with the first period tonight and all 3 periods, and but is there going to be more periods that we've seen out of this effort here against this team? But yeah, so you cannot give away points by going into overtime. You got to get the job done, in regulation, and yeah, it's just going to be a pretty tough if Chicago capitalizes and the Spacemen drop one of these, and so they've got that in mind.
Another team that shouldn't be underestimated, number 3, the Motor City Gamblers. 6-1-2, 14 points, 3 points back of the Spacemen, 2 points back of the Crush. So another team that you're going to have to create some distance from here.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you how good this league is becoming and developing, especially with teams and even with the coaching efforts. They, some of the teams you look in the past and you're like, oh, that's an easy win for the Spacemen, to go against. But man, some of these programs are improving and they're becoming a very good challenge to our efforts here, and I like to see that. That is awesome. So see the Gamblers coming around and so forth. But now you said Decatur's picked up another win.
Yeah, we'll get to them here. In 4th place, MJDP, 5-1-2 for 12 points. The Chicago Cougars. Normally you'd see them towards the top of the division. This year, right out the gate, a little bit of a struggle. 4-4-2 for 10 points. The Battle Creek Kernels, our opponents tonight, come in 3-6-2 for 8 points. And Decatur is at 3-11-0 for 6 points. Battle Creek at 8 points apiece.
So the first game that Fort Wayne went up to Battle Creek and played against the Kernels, they just came out of that one with a lot of points in their pocket, picking up a victory 11-2. So then 2 days later, they went back up there and played them again, and that one may be what you'll see tonight. That was a tight match. Cawthorn came out and got the only goals in regulation for the Spacemen, and it was not what they expected, and that's what I think could happen here tonight. This could be a really good game, and it went into a shootout in that, and that's where it gets a little scary, where Fort Wayne's giving up points, so they give the Kernels a point, for the 4th period effort. But boy, it was Shanae came out, and he was the 5th round, and was the only one that put something in on the shootout. So we'll see if that's the case tonight.
Well, we'll take one more quick break here on Flow Sports. You're watching Spaceman Hockey.
Waffle breakfast sandwiches are dropping at Tim's. Our sweet, fluffy maple waffles, packed with a fresh cracked egg, savory sausage, or sizzling bacon, and melty, gooey cheese. The Maple Waffle Breakfast Sandwich, made to make your day. It's time for Tim's.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Back here at the Sport One Parkview Ice House, we're turning down to our guest PA, Nick Graham, filling in for Nate Metz tonight.
Number 35, Max Sinchenko. On left defense, Scienzo, Indiana, Dylan Ewell. At right defense, number 6, from New Zealand, Morgan Blair. At left wing, number 9, from Denver, Colorado, Noah Takatani. At center, number 22, Docono, Colorado, Hunter Bandit. And at right wing, number 25, from Plattsburgh, New York, Jay Slace. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise with your hats to the playing of our national anthem.
As we get set for puck drop here between the Kernels and the Spacemen. Fresh 20 on the board.
Yeah, we're going to see if Sebastian Wigfield can step in the shoes of, or the skates of Galvin Reagan, who really put on a good effort on the last time these two teams met. So we'll keep an eye on Wigfield tonight, as well as we'll also see Connor Haas or Landon Bauer, who put goals up for the Kernels the last time these two met, and we'll see if they're going to stand out tonight. So let's keep an eye on that.
All right, our starting goaltenders here. One name we found familiar, and we did some research, and we found him. An ex-Chicago Cougar, Sebastian Wakefield, in there for the Kernels. He's going up against Maxim Zinchenko, part of the team last year who knocked the Cougars out to advance to Nationals. Puck is down, face-off won by the Kernels, as it's worked at the Spaceman blue line, dumped inside the zone. No ice here. Giving chase is Owen Miller. Tied up along the wall out to Braden Lewis. Lewis feeds up ice. Here come the Kernels into the zone. Backhand feed by Jaros, as it is going to be stopped there along the far side. Takatani ties up. Along the wall, trying to work it free is Mangan. It's over the blue line and out to neutral. This one, gloved down by Blair, trying to poke it out of the zone, able to do so. Feeds up to Lacey, dumps it inside of the Kernel zone. Give and chase, Connor Haas. Haas has it now for the Kernels, racing down the far side. Into the zone with speed. Haas with a wrist shot. That one's blocked, rolls towards the slot, knocked away by Zinchenko. And it's Tucson with it. Fed up to Rollman. Rollman being pressured by Killian. Wrapped around the wall. Young comes in to hold it in the zone, and he does. The Kernels have it, however, and it's cleared out by Brecken Bootland. Instead, wearing 19, he's on 91, as two of the Kernels are dropped to the ice. Great open ice hit there. That one's fed up into center ice. Tucson missed it. And it's cleared to the blue line, held in by Oscar Axelson. I think he's up from the elite, actually. Or am I maybe misremembering?
I will double check that.
It feels like I didn't call him much last weekend. We'll look into that. Bryce, here's Atchison, a shot. Glove save made by Wakefield. Play whistled down.
I'm not seeing it on a past elite roster.
So maybe he's been here. It's just memories.
Well, if it's up to us, we'll send him down if he doesn't do well tonight. How's that?
Coughlin to the face-off, won back again by the Kernels. This one cleared out, shot towards Zinchenko, wide around to the near side. Goes behind the net now. Fouling for Cothran, ties up with Fricky. Up to Tone. Tone over the line on the attack. There's a shot save made. Rebound and another save. It's still loose and gathered up by the Kernels. Here it comes. Cothran fakes the shot out to Fisher Moore with a wrist shot into the glove of Wakefield, who hangs on.
Yeah, that was Will Moynihan. He about got one there, and just showing a little bit of strength there, and they are spreading it around. So Cothran obviously was the last, he was the only effort that we had on the score sheet in the last matchup between these two. So let's see if we can spread this around and see what happens.
17:35 left here in the first period. Face off inside the Kernels zone as it is won by Mangan. First face-off win for the Spacemen. Shot save made by Wakefield, so we'll do it all over again from the same spot.
Yeah, they just put one on with a little distance there and see how he reacts to that. So far, he's looking active. And that was a good poke earlier, which you called there was Zinchenko. So
this one off the wall as the face-off was won by the Kernels, kept in. Here's Mangan with a shot blocked in front there off number 90, Connor Barone. Worked inside of the Spaceman zone, gathered up now by, looks like Varon. Varon over to Takatani, up to Mangan. Mangan, little toe drag, poked away by Wakefield. Mangan tries to center slot, knocked away, racing for it is going to be Haig. Haig sends Takatani down to the ice. And it's sent behind the net around to the far side corner for Owen Miller to play. Reverses back around. And now to the near side for Haig. Varon keeps it in. Varon with a shot. That one's redirected up into the safety netting off of Ryan Jaros.
Not so early on. I mean, Spacemen saw a couple, attacks in their zone, but so far it's, everything's going on down in the Battle Creek defensive zone. So let's see how Wakefield handles this so far.
Yep, near side faceoff. Lakowiak to it for the Spacemen. One back again by the Kernels. Battle Creek dominating the faceoff circle 4-1 right now. Off the wall, fed up ice. Here is Haas. Haas over to the far side. There's a shot redirected up into the safety netting.
Yeah, good setup using the three-man line coming in, and they used all three. And it was just a block, I think, right off of maybe Young's stick that sailed it up into the netting.
Face off far side. Haas going up against Lakowiak once again. And it is pulled through by Lakowiak. Spacemen get the win. Burge with it. Burge around to the near side. Off the wall, cleared out to center. Spock with it. Gets it inside the Battle Creek zone. Giving chase is Josh Getson. He's tied up with Spock. As it is behind the net now. Still trying to work it free. And played to the near side for Bootland. Here comes Osafo into the zone. Ooh. Fed towards the middle, goes off the back of Lakowiak, gathered up now by Badger. Turned over, Osafo with it. Badger in the defensive zone, trying to work it free. Gets it down the ice and stopped by Wakefield behind the net. And the Kernels take over. It is Eli Bailey. Up ice to Schaefer. Schaefer gets it out into neutral and into the Spaceman zone. Shanae playing defense this afternoon for the Spacemen. Gets up. Here's Toussaint with it. Toussaint in the zone. Fakes a shot. Tries to go through the 5-hole, and it is stopped by Wakefield.
Yeah, Wakefield was sizing him up, and easy stop for him as he tried to feed it in the old fiber there, so we'll get a little more creative as time goes on.
15-15 left here in the big board. Nothing so far on it outside of the time and the period. Face-off win for the Spacemen. More of the shot tipped in front, and it is wide. Axelson holds it in, tries to send it down low, goes off the Zamboni door, so he'll get it right back to Rollman, now to Moore. Back down to Rollman, goes to the fate. Axelson with it. Out to the point for Shanae, feeds back down low. Rollman tied up now with Bailey as it's turned over. And Rollman lays a hit there on Young, or Fricky, excuse me. Tied up here along the short side. And eventually worked free by the Kernels. And Moore able to hold it in, forces the Kernels back, but they clear out now and dumped in by Schaefer. Moore has it now. Moore stops behind the net. Taking a look at the options, decides he's going to take a minute to let the forwards change. Moore heading up ice now. Little sauce to Cothran. Cothran into the zone, cuts down the near side. Takes it behind the net around to the far side corner now. Reverses off the wall, picked up now by Tone. He's met there off the stick of Owen Miller. Held in by Cothran. Cothran reverses out to Blair. Blair with a wrist shot, and it's blocked accidentally by number 97 of the Spacemen, Moynihan. There's a shot save made. Now, I believe Moynihan was on the lead. If you can look that one up for me.
Yeah, I will.
As that one's dumped inside the zone. Tucker Tone with it. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. There's two teams now.
We've had a lot of games here in the last.
Yeah.
We forgot what days they were a couple weeks ago.
I said maybe I'm just confusing the two teams. There's a shot loose in front, and it's getting it up now by Miller. Off the wall, cleared out to the neutral ice for Blair. Here comes the Kernels into the zone. Nice little move there by Jaros, but loses it. Mangan picks it up into the zone. Mangan tries to get it to the center for Takatani. There's a backhand try. A save made there by Wakefield. Around the wall, it is Takatani with it. Sending it down low, looking for Lacey. It's ahead of him. Picked up now by Killian. Killian versus, it's turned over. Poke checked out of the zone, and it'll be played now by Young. Over to the near side for Badger. Up ice, tipped into the zone by Takatani. Here's Mangan. Mangan with it with a shot. Save made. Rebound cleared out there. Good defense by Josh Getson. As the rebound laid just outside the crease. Into the zone. Coming now is Haig. Young reverses off the wall to Badger. Badger missed the pass. Intercepted now by Patak. Stolen away by Takatani for a brief moment, but the Kernels regain possession. Braden Lewis down the far side. Gets it inside the zone. Met there by the captain of the Kernels, I believe. It is Haas, co-captain. As it's dumped inside the zone by Lukowiak. Takatani gives chase. He gets there first. Or correction, that looks like Badger actually who's leading the rush. Had to double check that one here as he's tied up along the wall behind the goal line. Osafo with it, reverses. And it was Badger who led that rush. This one played off the glass, back into the Spaceman zone. Racing up the ice is going to be Fisher Moore. Over the line on the attack. Backhand tried to feed down low, intercepted by the Kernels. And they feed it up ice. Here comes Alex Young. Onside play. The Kernels work it below to the hash marks. It's taken away and played to the far side for Lukowiak.
Nice.
And that one goes for an icing and finally get another whistle here. It seems like we went a few minutes there without one.
It was a little closer. Yeah, so on that last drive, I mean, Hunter Mangan's got a nameplate, and he's showing it off tonight. He's playing both ends of the ice really strong. But, hey, don't count out Connor Haas because he is getting some really good attempts and showing why he's co-captain of this team, and he's got a drive going for the Kernels as well.
Face-off pulled back by Lukowiak. Around out to the point. Fed back down low. Kernels with it. Round over to Schaefer, far side. Shot towards the net, off the skate of Moore. Burge goes off the glass and clears to center. Spock trying to get it free. Poke checked away now by Haig. This one goes inside the zone and will be an icing.
And we'll swap icings and see what that does with our effort now as we face off in the attacking zone with fresh legs. With 10:28 remaining here in the first. So we're at the halfway mark just about.
Yep. Face off near side, as it would be Tucson to it for the Spacemen, and he wins it back. Blair with it, takes it down the near side, fed to the slot. Tucson a shot, and it's off the shin pad of number 7, Owen Miller. Held into the zone though, feeding over to the near side wall. Fricky with it. A little bit of a lob out of the zone, picked up now by Blair. Taken away. Here's Schaefer. Stolen from Hewlin. Schaefer centers it. And it's intercepted by Rollman to break it up. Loose into the slide. Gathered up now by Blair. Blair reverses off the wall. Around out to the point. Held in, but Rollman takes it away. R.J. Rollman the other way. With a shot. Ooh. Save made there by Wakefield as he will halt play.
Yeah, Rollman was trying to leg out that turnaround pass. And so he eventually got it as he just got Jarls to cough it up, and he got that break there and fired it on target and almost got something going for the Spacemen here.
Yeah, speaking of coughing, if you hear that in the background, I do apologize. The transition of the weather's getting to my asthma. It's that time of the year. So face-off one back by the Spacemen. Varon with it with a shot. Tipped in front there. Cothran doing his impression of Chris Kreider on that one. Cothran over to the near side for Varon with a shot. Glove save made. Snagged right out of the air by Wakefield.
Yeah, so Cothran was sitting there and looked like he was going to swap spots and with Brandon Young and drew Brandon Young up, so there was an opportunity. If Kernels could have taken it out bench side, they would have had a breakaway.
Face off again to the near side. One back again by Cothran. Tone to Young with a wrist shot. Wide of the net. Tied up along the corner, given some grief there is Josh Getson, taken away by the Kernels. Off the wall, Jaros gets it inside the zone. Young takes it away, and it goes off to Moynihan, up to Cothran. Cothran into the air there as he plays it to Varon. Varon over the line, drops it for Tone. Tone skates out to the middle of the point. Backhands down low to Cothran. Cothran, a Tone, a one-time save made there by Wakefield. Rebound gathered up, taken away now by the Spacemen. Moore at the point with a wrist shot. Blocked there by number 13, Ryan Jaros. Fourth block shot of the game already for the Kernels. Here is Takatani. Up to Mangan. Here's a shot, and it's into the glove of Wakefield. Play whistled down.
Yeah, Jaros, they needed a change, so instead of trying to break, and he just took that change right there. But, yeah. So it's kind of what we suspected here. The Kernels show up and playing even Steven both sides here so far. But a lot of face-offs now still in the Battle Creek defensive zone.
One back by Mangan. Turned over. It's taken away by Osafo. Here is Takatani. Centers to Mangan. That one's intercepted and stolen by the Kernels. Off the wall. Taken away of Mangan with it. Skates towards the slot. There's a feed, and it's loose. Far face-off circle. Mangan has it. Throws it at the net. Save made. Rebound as Takatani gets dumped down to the ice. Making a defensive play there along the side of the net. Looks to be 25, I think it is. If it is, that'd be Toby Patak.
Yeah, they started creeping in there, and it looked like a miscue. I couldn't tell who. You know, Mangan let the puck go for a second, and whoever he was with let him take it. So he created the play there, but it was a little scary for a moment. But especially for Takatani.
Face-off one back again by Mangan. There's a shot off the face-off. Save made by Wakefield. And we'll just do it again.
Yeah,
Spacemen now lead the faceoffs 9-4.
Wow. I always say do it till you get it right. So maybe see if Shanae will pick up another, drop pass on the face-off. Looks like they had a conference to see what they're going to do.
Yep. Mangan goes through the feet and a shot save made there by Wakefield.
Boy, look at Sebastian Wakefield. He is on it. Of course, now
another player went in. Takatani went into the crease again.
You got to put the puck in there, not the player. So far, no, Takatani's been in there a couple times, but he's putting the heat on. And that was a pretty good play by Mangan to just drive right through with that shot.
So let's see what Mangan does this time. Wins it back. Here's Lacey out to the point now, over to the near side. There's a shot save made up into the air. Knocked down in play by Fricky. Over to the near side. It is Takatani with it. Nice little move there, but lost it on the dodge of the hit. It's fed over to Schaefer. Schaefer lost it, cleared out, delayed off sides. Gathered up now by Shanae. Fed up. Oh, beautiful feed to Mangan. Mangan with a shot, and that one's caught by Wakefield.
Yeah, good stretch pass. And Hunter Mangan was down there, and he was just trying to pick a shot there, and Wakefield saw it the whole way, and he followed it. Stopped it solid for the Kernels as they're looking good on their.
Great feed right up the middle, though. Able to keep it up off the ice enough to get it onto Mangan's stick. The Kowiak to the face-off far side. And it's won back by Lakowiak. Ewan lost it along the wall. Tied up now and stolen by Jaros. Here come the Kernels into the zone. It is Braden Lewis trying to go around Spock. Those two tie up along the corner. Kicked out to the point. Lakowiak takes it away. Lakowiak off the wall trying to give chase. He's met there by Josh Getson. Spock plays it to the corner, goes behind the nets in the near side. He's rubbed off the play by Getson again. Getson, a very tall kid for the Kernels here.
Uh-oh.
Here come the Kernels. It's stolen by Blair. Getson listed at 6'5". Just inside the Kernel zone. Fed up ice, and it is sent down. And will be an icing, actually, in the confusion.
Yeah, they were just trying to start their changes there, and they didn't wallop it down there. It was just slow enough to not work, actually. So here we are, 6:31 remaining. Zeros on the scoreboard, and a lot of shots there put on Wakefield. And solid shots, and he's staring them down.
Yeah. Another face-off win here for the Spacemen. Worked out to the point. Blair over to the far side. Ewan with a wrist shot. Tip just wide. As you had a mass of bodies in front there. Here's Toussaint. Around the wall, out to the point. Ewan holds it in, sends it back down low. Takes a hop off the Zamboni doors. Takes even behind the net now is Toby Patak. Fed up to Osafu and cleared into the neutral zone. Axelson with it now for the Spacemen. Axelson gets over the line to the corner. There's a shot just wide of the net. And it rolls all the way back out to be played by Toussaint from Blair. This one's set inside of the Spaceman zone. Blair with it. Off the wall. Blind pass looking for Toussaint. It's easily taken away. And here comes the Kernels. Haas with a shot. Blocker save made by Zinchenko. Toussaint up to Moynihan. He gets hit there by Miller. Roman takes it away. Here's Moynihan with a shot into the glove of Wakefield, who hangs on.
Yeah, so we did see a little bit of an attempt coming down in the defensive zone for the Spacemen, but all the action it's down in the defensive zone for the Kernels. So it's good to see that Zinchenko is alert. Once in a while, keeps him in the game, keeps him awake.
Cothran at the far face-off circle. The Kernels win this one, and they clear to center ice. Back into the zone. Badger over to the far side for Varon. Varon dumps it inside the zone. It is picked up now And shot towards the net by Coffin, it looks like. As play is once again halted. Nothing really to speak much here this period.
No, exactly 3/4 of the period's in the books, and so the Spacemen seeing a lot of face-offs in the attacking zone, haven't capitalized, but credit that to Sebastian Wigfield.
Coughlin to the face-off, one back to Tone. Out to Badger, Badger back to Tone. There's a shot, stick save made by Wigfield. I'll have to do some research on how Wigfield performed against the Spacemen in the playoffs last year with the Cougars. I'll look into some research in that during the intermission.
Nate Fricky a little bit offsides. We'll try this again.
4:48 to go here in the first period. Another face-off win for the Kernels as Schaefer dumps it inside the zone. Ooh. Tone gets it over the line, though, as he's hit. Cothran plays it. Cothran lost it, gets it to Tone, though. Tone behind the net, around to the far side, centers it. Nobody there, as it was Moynihan who took a spill onto the ice, losing the stick in the process. Kernels working inside the Spaceman zone. Tucker Tone with it. Tone skating through a few players. Nice open ice hit there by Miller to separate Tone from the puck. Oh, Mangan with it off a turnover. Mangan, forehand, backhand. Oh. Wakefield with the save.
Wow.
Got the toe on it, and we remain scoreless here as this one is offside.
Yeah, another offsides, and that may have been Braden Lewis. Yeah, that, boy, he'd like to have that one back, trying to pick where to go, but Wigfield was the spoiler on that and just stared him down, played well. Megan will choose a different option next time, I guarantee that.
Face off just outside of the Spaceman zone. Mangan against Haas. Haas will win this one through the legs and play by the Colonel as they get it inside the zone. Haas with it. There's a shot, and Zinchenko answers with the glove.
Yeah, he played that solid. So Mangan having a couple of words here. He was riding Haas really tight, so there wouldn't be an effort if the puck did come loose. Here we're at 3:52, and see what happens now. 10 versus 10.
Face-off control by the Spaceman. Axelson racing up the ice. 15 wins on the face-off for the Spaceman. Fed down low. Tied up along the wall is Rollman. Axelson comes in to assist. There's a feed poked away by Wakefield. Fed over to the far corner. Axelson with it. Fed out to the point for Cheney as he goes down low to the corner. Around the wall over to the far side. Killian with it now. Tries to stretch pass up to Haas. Haas gets it. Haas with a shot. Save made by Zinchenko.
Yeah, Zinchenko shutting down all the effort there of co-captain Connor Haas, who's been pretty much the one putting them on net. So get some new legs out and spread it around and see what the Kernels can do here. But yeah, Zinchenko's looking solid right now. So
face-off won by the Kernels. Drop back to the point. Fed to the near side. It is Bailey with a shot. Stick save made there by Zinchenko. Rebound behind the net to the near side. There's a shot again from the point. Another blocker save made by Zinchenko.
No, turnover.
Another turnover. You talked about it. And now the Spacemen are able to clear. Axelson on turnover there at center ice. Spacemen got to get this one settled here. Cheney with it. Far side. Goes off the wall. Fed to the near side corner. Axelson goes back to Cheney. Cheney gets it up to Moore. Lost it, though, as it's dumped right back into the Spaceman zone by Toby Patak. Axelson hits the brakes. Forced back. Giving chase is Osafo. He gives a bump to Cheney. Still tied up here in the corner. This one fed up now along the wall. Still working around it. Eventually worked free. More goes up to Schbach. Fed over to the circle. The Kernels have it. Bailey with it. Turned over. Here's Lakowiak. Goes back down low for Burge. Burge fed out to Ewan. Ewan over to Blair. Blair with a shot. Stick save made. Wakefield. Here's Blair again with another shot.
Ooh,
tipped in front.
loose.
Save. Rebound gathered up and saved again by Wakefield off a shot from Burge. Here's Lakowiak. Up to Burge again. Looking for another chance. Burge with the backhand. Wide of the net. Here is Owen Miller. Met there by Lakowiak. Turned over for a brief second, but played now by Barone. Off the wall. Touch there by Osafo, and it is offsides.
You know, just for Spacemen looking good right on that effort there. Wakefield just closed the pads on that loose puck out in front of him, but under the last 4 minutes, the Kernels came alive and was really attacking in the Fort Wayne zone. So, but now they're staring at another face-off in their defensive zone.
Face-off near side in the Kernels zone. Haas against Cothran. 1:07 to go here in the first period. So coming down to the final minute, and a face-off win for Haas and the Kernels. Here come the Kernels. It is Barone tied up along the wall. Ewan with it now, circles back to Blair. Blair fed up, he fanned on it. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Blair behind the net around to the far side. He fans on it again. Might take a look at that stick here during the intermission. As it's picked up now by Jaros. Jaros off the wall, beautiful feet to himself for a brief moment. And now it is Tone. Tone dodges the hip check. Tone takes it below the goal line, fed in the middle to Ewan, and he is tied up. And this one shot into the safety netting play, whistled down.
Yeah, that was a pretty good move to skirt around that and create a chance. I think he's starting to put that hip check on a little soon, had a little room there to get around him, and he squeezed right along the Kernels bench but took a shot across the bow there. But here we are, 24.4.
Face off near side. It is Tucson to the draw. Tie up, pulled through by the Kernels. Mangan with it on the turnover. Mangan with a shot, and blocker save made there by Wakefield. Lost his glove. Wakefield doesn't have his glove, and they blow the play dead.
9.5, but it is another defensive face-off for the Kernels. We'll see what strategy. This is where I'd do that last Hunter Mangan effort where he came through, and they're going to go opposite side and see what kind of strategy you have now.
Yep. 9 seconds, 9.5 to go to be exact. Face-off won by Tucson. There's a shot, save made, loose, rebound gathered up by Mangan, throws it at the net, another paddle save now for Wakefield at the buzzer. That one is blocked. So after 20 minutes of play, absolutely nothing on the board.
Yeah, Tucson was setting up screen there, and it almost looked like it was going to go through, but Wakefield is on it. So he's got a solid effort, and what little bit that Zinchenko is seeing, the netminders are playing like they did the last time these two teams met.
Well, we'll take a break here. 0-0 is our score after 20 minutes of play on Flow Sports. This is Spaceman Hockey.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I just want to be the best in basketball, so I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me, so I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Gym Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience.
Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Back here at the Sport One Parkview Ice House, after 20 minutes of play, we are scoreless between the Battle Creek Kernels and the Fort Wayne Spacemen. Shots on goal that period, 4 for Battle Creek and 26 for the Spacemen. Block shots, 4 for Battle Creek, 1 for the Spacemen. And that's all I got. No penalties, no power plays, no goals.
And it just looks like maybe nothing happened or something must have happened, but there was some good plays, and we'll expect to see more as Kernels are trying to get the one-up on the Spacemen as they lost to them the last couple of games. The last one was a shootout because it was an even matched-up game, and that's what we're staring at now so far in the first.
Well, outside of that, we'll take another break here. Not much to report on so far after 20 minutes, so we'll take another break here on Flow Sports. You're watching Spaceman Hockey.
This league promotes finding diamonds in the rough. Kids that didn't have an opportunity, they're on the wrong team, they had the wrong coach. If we can find those kids, which we have 20 of them now, that we build a team in 45 days.
I look at like the amazing facilities and like the coaching staff, like everything looked perfect for me.
It's kind of a no-brainer for me.
Here is, I heard, was very professional, and I had absolutely no idea that was such a big hockey community.
Saw the amazing facilities here and coaching staff.
Felt like it was a good fit for me. I noticed my confidence got up.
I think the system starts with what you do off the ice, right? And that's been our biggest challenge, right, is taking these kids from different places in the world, right, and bringing them in and trying to establish a culture. And it's been difficult, right, to teach discipline, to teach accountability, to show up on time, right? That's where it all starts. We have the resources that, frankly, other programs don't have, and we try to utilize them to the best of our abilities.
I mean, they'll help each individual out as well as like all team stuff. So they do a good job giving everybody what they need to get better at or what they think they should be working on more. Our schedule's really nice during the week. We get a lot of ice time in the gym. All the facilities here are brand new, super nice, from the gym to the locker room. The rink is unreal as it is.
We work out twice a week here, and our trainers give us as much of resources as they can to push us and make us better off the ice, to help us on the ice too. All of our workouts are kind of tailor-made for hockey players. And
the coaching staff helped me get better, like offensively. John Solway helped me like work on my stride, my edges.
His teaching is really good. He processes it in a way that makes it easy for us to kind of reciprocate what he's doing in a way that's kind of lower to our level.
For them to see the professionalism and the support that they have, I mean, it's second to none. It's remarkable to see, these guys, getting the chance to, talk to the, people in the community and the kids, and the opportunity to really have that moment to themselves, right? And have that opportunity to essentially, live the day in the life of what it's like to play pro hockey, right? I mean, they're around the Fort Wayne Comets. Earlier in the year, guys were coming out, and helping the kids. And it's remarkable because they get to see what it takes to play at the next level.
Not only Josh, but we've got Jerry Most, who helps with our goaltending, and Paris Duffus, who is a familiar name for Fort Wayne fans that really helps our goalies off the ice, and I think gives them the mental approach that they need to advance to the next level, as we know that's really important with goaltending.
He preaches accountability. He always makes sure accountability on and off the ice, actually. He makes sure we're doing the right things off the ice, and we're more importantly doing the right things on the ice, making sure we're always just ready to go, ready to play, never having our minds stray throughout a game or a practice, always be just ready to go.
We tell these kids all the time, from high school till about college to your junior years, you've got 7 to 8 years to work really hard and get your life on the right path, or you can goof off and not pay attention and get involved with the wrong people, and then the rest of your life after that 8 years is going to be pretty difficult, right? So trying to get them prepared for the real world is priority number one.
There's a lot of hockey players in the world, and you're not all going to make the highest team and not get noticed, or you might become the best hockey player you've ever been at 20. You don't know when you're going to come out of your shell, so they have to have this opportunity to play, or they may never be seen.
Empowered Sports Club is a volleyball-first facility and home to Empowered's Volleyball Academy and Pro Beach Juniors. At Empowered, we focus on development and the process over outcome, and we believe our record-setting recruitment numbers, 24 athletes alone in our 2023 class, 100% college placement rate, and continued success at the highest levels by our alumni speak for themselves, confirming that Empowered is your best option for overall athlete development. This year, we have once again upgraded our club model, programming, and staff to keep us out in front as one of the country's leaders in total athlete development, mind, body, and soul. But none of this would even be possible if God hadn't blessed us with a 90,000 square foot state-of-the-art volleyball and multi-sport facility that includes indoor turf, PSM weight training, 4 volleyball courts, and 5 indoor beach courts. Empowered is here to stay. So if you're looking for a long-term home and one you will never outgrow, we believe the choice is clear. Empowered is the most thorough and all-inclusive junior Olympic development program in the country.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club was established in 1997 and has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple, and he's also one of the coaches. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Join the Pineapple family today. Go to their website, teampineapple.com, for all programming information. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball.
All right, we'll cut that one short here as we're getting set to go here. Period number 2, a fresh 20 on the board here between the Kernels and the Spacemen.
Yeah, you said it. There wasn't much in the second, but there was a lot of good shots put on Wakefield, so we'll see what happens now.
Face-off controlled by the Kernels. Miller ties up with Takatani into the zone. Mangan drives it to the near corner. As that one is whistled down.
Yeah, it just touched the safety netting in the corner there as it was riding up on the glass. Kind of a slow late whistle, but nonetheless.
15 seconds have gone off the period here. Face-off inside the Kernels zone. Pulled through by Battle Creek. Loose puck poked away to the corner we go. Around to the far side. It'll be controlled by the Kernels. And Osafo will dump it out before being played by Osafo, as Takatani tried to dump it in. Stolen away by Takatani. Bumped off the play by Miller. Gathered in now by Jaros. Jaros drops it down. Here's Barone over the wall, and this one's going to go down and will be an icing.
Well, let's see what here. The Spacemen are going to get a full change, it looks like. So,
yep, face off down here in the Battle Creek zone. Axelson to the draw against Haas, and Haas will win it. This one played up ice, looking for Jaros. Off his stick, gets it inside the zone. Is picked up now loose by Young. Young over to Rollman. Rollman up to Axelson. Axelson to Toussaint under his stick. Oh, they touch. They rolled. He got a touch on it. So
Yeah.
no ice here.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of a noise.
Rollman out to the point. Here's a wrist shot. Scores! It's Young from the point.
He's just inside the attacking zone, and it's a line drive, and he fires it all the way down. Wigfield's been playing awesome, but he gives this one up here in 1:15.
So yeah, you see here, this one fed out to the point, and Young with a shot. Toussaint in front providing the screen, and it is Young converting 1-0 right now for the Spacemen. Badger goes off the wall, played further in by Toussaint. Gives chase there. Rollman looks over to Axelson, far corner. Rollman with it, far side, reverses off the wall, back to the corner for Axelson. He's bumped into the wall by Bootlin. Fed out and is controlled into neutral by number 5, Braden Lewis. He lost the stick there on the hit. Here's Young. This one's sent down the ice and will be an icing.
So it sounds like Roman and Toussaint were credited with the assists on that Spaceman goal.
So face-off will go all the way back down into the Spaceman zone. 1:02 gone here in the second period. Don't need to minus a minute if I don't have to. And a face-off win here for the Spacemen. That was the 30th face-off of the game.
Wow.
This one played over to the far side. Fed up to the middle. It's played now by Fricky. Fricky with a shot. Blocker save made. Rebound right in front of Zinchenko. Young knocks it away. Brandon Young with it. Fed up to Rollman. It's played now by Axelson. Gets it over the line for a brief moment before being sent back down by the Kernels. Does this have enough steam? And it does for the icing.
Yeah, the intended pass there to Josh Schaefer, could not pick it up. Just didn't have the room to try to leg it out as the Spacemen were starting on a change, so it looked like it was going to be a break for the pass to Schaefer, but just out of reach, and they find themselves a little winded as they're in the defensive zone.
Fricky, far side, face-off against Cothran. Cothran wins it back. Here's a shot by Cheney, tipped in front by Moynihan. Save made Wakefield. Behind the net, centers it, blocked there off the skate of Bailey. Tied up behind the net. Still trying to work it free. Moynihan digging for it. Trying to work it free. It's finally moved to Tone. Tone reverses back down low. Here's Moynihan. Centers it to Varon, and he fans on the shot. And now the Kernels the other way. This one lobbed into the Spaceman zone. Schaefer beats out Cheney for the icing as it's waved off. Cothran reverses to Cheney. Fed up ice. 2-on-1 here for the Spacemen. Lukowiak to the middle for Tone. It was just ahead of him. Tone off the wall out to Varon. It's over the line. Spacemen got to regroup here. Here is Cothran. Cothran coming back down the ice, feeds to Lukowiak. Lukowiak tries to feed it to Cothran again, hits a skate. Lukowiak spin around, try block there off the stick of Haas. Spock ties up there, gets it free, far side, fed to Burge, and he fans on it. Out to the point, a shot, stick save made there by Wakefield. Out to the point again, there's another shot tipped by Lukowiak wide. Around the wall to the far side, held in again by Blair. Looks like a power play here for the Spacemen. Blair to the near side corner, out to the point again. Hewlin to the far side for Lukowiak. Pokes it down low for Burge. He's met there by Miller. Burge reverses off the wall out to Blair. Blair with a wrist shot. Blocked in front by Burge. Poked away by Miller. Miller lost his footing. Burge picks up the puck. Tied up now currently in the corner with Barone. Burge trying to work it free, and he does. Goes out to himself. Feeds over to the point for Hewlin. Hewlin throws it down low. Schbach plays it. Schbach out to Burge. Now lets it go. Blair at the point with a wrist shot. Blocked high by Haas. And now the Kernels have it and finally get it out of their zone. Here's Jaros with a feed to the middle. Poked away there by Blair. The wrist shot is blocked off a shin pad. The shot coming from Getson. As this one is sent all the way down the ice, and we will have an icing.
Yeah, a lot of defensive effort there by the Kernels. They starting to get a little gas there. But the Spacemen came and attacked, and Wakefield was looking like he did in the first period after he gave up that line drive. And so pretty good effort there by the Kernels to maintain.
Face-off win there for the Kernels. Fed to the middle. There's a shot just wide of the net. Good chance there for Battle Creek. Gets it off the wall. It is stolen away. And now another takeaway. Here's a shot. Blocker save made there by Zinchenko. It's Lewis to the corner. Lewis gets it back here. Fed over with a saucer pass over to Getson with the turnaround feed down to the corner. Off the skate, I believe, of the referee. And he holds it in. Gets it with a wrist shot into the glove of Zinchenko.
Zinchenko does his patent stop, holding up the trophy. But this time now it was the Kernels that came and started attacking. So they're starting to get their game program here starting to show itself. So we'll see what the second period will do for their effort as well.
Face off far side. Tied up, pulled through by Lacey. Fed off the wall, giving chase is Takatani with speed. Feeling the pressure is Killian. Lacey takes it away. Goes behind the net, now to the near side corner. Still on the near side, Lacey down to the corner. Behind the net, he's tied up with Killian. Bootling, or that's Getson, excuse me. Bootling comes in to assist, goes to the corner. There's a feed, shot blocked, Mangan again, and out of the glove. Maybe Takatani got in the way.
I think he did.
Here's Takatani with it now. Feeds to Mangan, and it hops over his stick. Fed around the wall, bound behind the goal line. That one knocked away by Bootlin. This one down low. There's a shot and a save made by Wakefield.
Yeah, Mangan tied up. He got some room there, and he saw Lacey putting a screen and trying to tie up the crease there, and he tried to thread the needle, but boy, you saw Sebastian Wakefield just saw the only opportunity he had to fire. He was ready.
Face off to the near side. Won by Battle Creek. Wakefield would just come out and cover it.
So redo.
Oh. There we go. Face off controlled by Battle Creek. Loose puck over to the far side. Fricky with it. Fed up over to the far side. Tipped in the zone. Here is Tucson with it. Circles around, spin move. It's loose in the feet. Now to the corner. Axelson. Fed out to the point. It goes out of the zone. Tipped back inside the zone as it is loose. Gathered up now by Patak. Moore off the wall, trying to clear up to Axelson. Here come the Spacemen. Tucson over the line. Tucson goes to the corner. He's dumped down to the ice. As it is gathered now by the Spacemen. Backhand feed out to Moore. Moore with a shot. In front. There's a chance they made rebound and another save made by Wakefield. Out to the point now. Varon a shot. It goes off the shin pad into the corner. 5th block shot here for the Kernels. Fed down behind the net. Now a backhand try. Tucson with it. To the corner, out to the point. Moore back down low. Around the wall over to the far side. Fricky gives chase. He gets it and clears it down into the Spaceman zone. Moore to Tucson. Tucson up to the far side. Circling back is Axelson. Varon gets it out. And Tucson
what a hit.
plays a hit there on Alex Young. Moore with it. Moore gets it over into the zone to the far side. It's going to be picked up now by Eli Bailey. Bailey up to the near side. It is controlled by number 29, Colton Place. This one's sent down the ice, and it has enough to be an icing with 11:13 to go here in the second period. As we have Landon Bauer skating with one of the Spacemen over to the bench for being separated.
Once in a while, we do see little tempers flaring, and I mean, because the matchups are so even, as they both have taken turns more in this period, you know, with chances, but still, Spacemen have a lot.
Face-off won by the Spacemen. Tied up in the corner, though. The Kernels get the loose puck, but they clear it down the ice by accident. Picked up now here by Barone. Along the near side, taken away by the Spacemen. There's a shot. Blocker save made there. As it is at the point, Euling holds it in. This one around the wall to Moynihan. Moynihan to Cothran with a shot. Save made by Wakefield. Rebound cleared away by number 24 of the Kernels. I'll get that in a second. Shot wide of the net. The block was from Landon Bauer. Wakefield directs it away to the near side. 6 block shots now for the Kernels. This one fed up to Cothran. He's leveled there, but gets right back up. This one fed up to Tone. Intercepted. Easy read by Miller. Easy pickoff. He's over the line on the attack. Miller takes it behind the net around to the far side corner. Still with control, circling around. He's met there by Burge as Blair is all over him now. Trying to work it free. Yeah, that is Blair. Thought maybe I was wrong and it was Badger, but I had it right. Here is Tone. Cleared out to center before being dumped right back into the zone by Barone. Spaceman with it. Here is Spock. Spock over the line on the attack. Cuts to the middle, feeds to Lukowiak, and it's off the skate of Getson. Spock with it. Spock off the wall out to the point for Blair. Blair with a wrist shot, blocked by Haas, and Haas on a breakaway. Haas behind, forehand, backhand, save made there. We're going to have a penalty coming up, and it's a penalty shot awarded to the Kernels.
And Zinchenko played that well, so he was prepared for it. So hopefully he doesn't give up one here, but he was, it was good defense coming down, but yeah, so sometimes you got to trust the goaltender sometimes.
Connor Haas being credited with the penalty shot here for the Kernels. So Haas will get the rules here from the referees to go on his whistle, and the referee goes to talk to the goalie. Don't leave the crease until he touches the puck.
All right, now they are
the rules set.
ready.
Chappelle gives the okay. Haas with it slowly up the middle. Cuts over to the far side now, picks up speed. There's a chance. Shot, scores!
Connor Haas shows why he's co-captain of the Battle Creek Kernels. The Denver, Colorado native just got a penalty shot and put one up. And now they have tied this game. So his effort to pick up the puck and come down the ice on that turnover really worked out well for him, for the Kernels. And he did it a little more methodical on this effort, and he put one in past Max Maxinchenko.
So, 1-1 tie. It is Connor Haas with the penalty shot goal to tie things up here and makes the Spacemen pay on that one. Here is Takatani, dumps it inside the zone. Mangan gives chase to the corner, sends it around to the near side. There's a hit along the wall. At the point is Young. Young over, looking for Mangan, loose in the slide, poked away there. Mangan gets it back, a shot above the net and wide. And here come the Kernels. It's Bootland onside. As I mentioned, Bootland wearing 91 tonight. Here is a shot. Save made by Zinchenko, and he will hold on. Shot coming from Patak.
Yeah, he's not going to give up another one with the team effort. He did stop that one as he came in, but yeah, that's going to, you got to rethink that sometimes. I mean, it all costs, you know, you want to make up what you lost, you know, try to get down, catch up to the guy. But, you know, if anything, do a trip, you know, hopefully not on the shot. Otherwise, you get the penalty.
Face off won by the Spacemen. They clear down the ice. It is, oh, Tucson doesn't play it, didn't see it. Got it up now by Patak. Fed over to the far side. Bailey reverses to Patak. Far side, Schaefer with it. Over to Patak again. This time he'll send it down the ice. Shanae over to Moore. Moore off the wall. Tucson with it. 8 minutes to go here in the second period. 1-1 tie. Both goals coming in the second period. Here is over to the far side. Shot towards the net. Tucson with it. Tried to feed to Roman, and he lost control. As Tucson sent down to the ice there by Bailey. Fed over the near side. Shanae with a shot. Tipped in front, save made. Wakefield has the rebound. And we got some extras here in front.
Yeah, so as that puck was being covered, Toussaint poked the stick in there, and then it was solid, so he got pushed around, but he did some dishing of himself to say what he needed to say, but
oh my.
So before that, the Spacemen have been miscuing bad. You know, they had some passes just go out of reach, or they just got to gather it back up. They played solid up till now, and they just got to keep their connections going.
Face-off controlled here by the Kernels. Fed out to the neutral zone. Is sent right back in. Offside. So 6 seconds come off there.
So this, the campus, we're wondering?
Yeah, we're taking a look here. Just got a notification. One of the colleges here just went on lockdown in Fort Wayne, Indiana Tech. We got some people from our Summit City Sports crews who helps run these broadcasts over on Tech currently. Here's Cawthron. Cawthron with a shot save made there by Wakefield.
Good attempt there by Cawthron. Trying to get back to his old ways of putting some goals in the net as he did the last time they met, and Wakefield has got his number tonight.
Face off far side. It is pulled back by the Spaceman. Here's a chance. Tone with the backhand save made. Rebound. Gathered up now by Barone. Barone up to Jaros. Jaros trying to feed to the middle. It's intercepted by Moynihan. Moore with it. Stretch pass. Intercepted there by Haas. Here is Moynihan. Here's a Tone. Tone lost it. There's a spin around try in the crease. Still loose. And finally, Wakefield squeezes the pads together.
Sometimes it looks a little weird when they're sitting there, but yeah, when that puck's loose. Yeah, the Spacemen gather it up as the passes were a little soft, but they still, there's a little meeting right now in front of the Spaceman bench of the Kernels as they. So we'll see. Ready for face-off.
So, yep. 6:47 to go here. Face-off won by the Kernels. This one tied up in the corner, now behind the net. Killian with it. Killian skates back to the near side. This one cleared down the ice. Varen with it in neutral. Fed over to the near side. It's off the wall. No ice here. Goes back to the far side. Here is Killian. Killian goes off the wall. Gets it inside the zone. Yulin reverses around. It's held in by Getson. There's a shot save made there by Zinchenko. Around to the far side. Spaceman cleared out to Cawthron. Here's the feed around. Cawthron the wraparound save made. Rebound, glove save made there by Wakefield. Birds with a backhand try just outside the crease.
And almost poked in there, but good battle there. And they're coming for Wakefield. They're getting in that crease there. And he is shutting it down so far with 5:50 remaining here in the second.
Yep, face off near side. And it is controlled by the Kernels. Around to the near side. Cleared out there by the Kernels. Young has it. Up to Badger. Badger to Bird, who gets it inside the zone. Here's Spock, and this one is offsides.
Yeah, on that pickup there, I think it just got slowed down enough for the two attackers to come in, and they jumped the gun, and we'll try it again just outside of the attacking zone. Any more word?
Not yet. Said the Schaefer Center is on lockdown, which I believe is the arena there.
Yeah, you're going to be there tomorrow, hopefully, if everything settles down.
This one controlled by the Kernels. It's dumped into center ice. Young looking up ice. It's taken away there for a brief moment. Spock with it. Gets it inside the zone. It is going to be gloved down and played by Bailey. He's sent down to the ice by Lakowiak. Lakowiak out to the point. Badger to Young. Able to keep it in. Goes to the near side wall. Turned over inside the line. Held in by Burge. Here's Burge with a shot. It's redirected wide. Out to the point again. Badger still with it. Shot towards the net wide. Looking for a redirected front. It's going to be controlled now by the Spaceman. Mangan with it. Mangan looking up for Young. Missed the pass. Controlled now by Patak. This one sent inside the zone. No ice. Around the wall to the far corner. Badger with it. Badger racing down the far side. Dodging some poke checks here. Gets it inside the Kernel zone. This one's off the glass and back into, now it goes into the bench. Yeah. Change allowed here for the Kernels.
All right, with fresh legs, we'll be taking face off here in the Kernels' defensive zone. See if the Spacemen can get the one up because they're sitting on the tie from that penalty shot goal scored by Haas, who's facing off.
Takatani threw it at the net. Save made by Wakefield. There's a shot from the point. That one's a pad save made there by Wakefield as Mangan was behind him in the crease. Fed out to the point. Intercepted by Osafo, and he gets it up to Jaros. Jaros' shot is blocked by Shanae. Along the near side, it is controlled by Moore. Moore over to Mangan. Tipped inside the zone. Onside play. Around the wall to the near side. Kept in now. It is in the near side. And it's sent down the ice and will go for an icing as it hit off the Zamboni door and started rolling back out.
Yeah, Moore was tied up by Miller, who was hanging on to him, and Moore was needing to get back into his spot, but the icing negated that, so a little bit scary right there.
Faceoff comes back down into the Spaceman zone, or Spaceman offensive zone, so I guess I'm right.
Yep.
Exelson to the draw far side against Haas. Haas wins it back. This one flipped down the ice, gloved down by Shanae, touched by Jaros. Stretch pass, here is Rollman. Rollman with a shot wide of the net. Along the near side corner, it is controlled by Axelson, bumped off the play by Miller. Controlled now, along out to the point. Jaros clears it. 3 minutes to go here. Spacemen have it in their own zone. Moore pressured now by Haig. Tucson with it to the goal line. Intercepted by Bootling, reverses off the wall to Haig. Sebastian Haig with it. Cleared over to Miller. Miller tries to clear. Cannot. Here's Rollman. Rollman to Tucson with a shot.
Oh!
Score!
Tucson picks it up, gets it over the left shoulder. He gets bar down, picking the corner.
Alex Tucson gets on the goal sheet here, and the Spacemen regain the lead.
And he started that whole effort there, and he finished it. And team effort. And Spacemen find themselves on the one-up at 17 minutes and 32 seconds of the second period.
So back to center ice we go. Spacemen regain the lead. Face-off won by Alex Young. Kernels catching up in the face-off department right now. Around behind the net to the far side. 20-24 now in favor of the Spacemen. Rollman and Moore credited with the assist. No change here allowed for the Spacemen as they shot it out of play.
So Roman on 2 points, pick up 2 first assists in this matchup so far.
Faceoff stays inside of the Spaceman zone. It'll be far side. We got the puck back, and we're ready to go. Face-off won by the Spacemen. They reverse off the wall. Send down the ice, and it will be an icing.
Well, we're under the 2-minute mark. And like you said, some of the Kernels were catching up on some of these face-offs and wins. And it seemed that in the first period, about under the 4-minute mark, they came alive, and they are doing the same here, although that goal that from Tucson doesn't reflect that, but the Kernels are starting to battle back.
Face-off won by the Spacemen, trying to clear out, held in. Sent around to the near side, taken away by Haas. Haas out to the point. Patag with a shot into the glove of Zinchenko.
Yeah, he just chased it, grabbed it out of the air, and shut the play down. And the Spacemen will get a change.
Down to a $1:42 left here in the second period. 2-1 is our score. All goals coming in the period. Shot towards the net by Jaros as they win the face-off. Knocked away by Zinchenko. The Spacemen clear out. Haas gets it back up. Nice little move between the legs. Gets it to Jaros in the corner. Shot towards the net, tipped wide. Lacey with it, poked away now by Osafo. This one tied up into the far face-off circle. Mangan trying to clear out. And he gets it just over the line, but it's immediately put right back in. Young with it. Young tries to stretch pass, intercepted by Haas. Haas going back up the middle, gets to the far side, backhand feed to the circle. It's intercepted by Mangan. And cleared out down the ice, and it's going to have enough, and it will be an icing.
Yeah, they're not too concerned. They just came out here a little bit ago. Now Battle Creek's going to get a couple of changes here.
Down to 57 seconds here in the second period.
Yeah, we're under. We didn't get to hear the 1 minute remaining in the second period. But
yeah, we're going to have to go talk to Nick on that
yeah,
one.
Yeah, our regular's not here tonight for PA.
It's very interesting. We'll have to talk to him about that tomorrow, too. Face-off win now by the Spacemen. This one sent down the ice. It is Lacey. He gets over the line there. As it's played around, here's a chance. It's loose and cleared out. There's a shot towards the net off the shoulder of Wakefield. No, I don't think he ever saw that one.
I think Haig was the savior on that.
Here's a chance wide by Mangan. And we got some extras here. And, okay, just a sticks drop on that one. It looked like they were gearing up for a little more than that.
Yep.
It was Mangan and Getson.
Yeah. Josh Getson, 6'5". Hunter Mangan, 6'3". So there's some big boys out there that now in the penalty box.
I just had him. Where'd he go? There he is, 11. And 2 up for both sides. 4-on-4 here. And we get the okay. We're set to go here. Face off near side. Won by the Kernels. Around the wall to the far side. Osafo tied up with, looks like Shanae. Held in by the Tucson. Tucson working down low. Cross crease feed. Hit the outside of the net. Cawthorn with it. Tries the Michigan and he can't get it onto the stick. Out to the point. Here's Moore. Moore with a shot. Blocked there. Moore gets it back. Backhand try save made by Wakefield. Osafo with it. 5 seconds to go. 2-on-1 here for the Kernels. Osafo with a drive. Redirected up into the safety netting. And they will stop the whistle with 0.4 seconds. Which my clock doesn't have points here. So I'll just reset it. Oh, they're going to let it play down.
Guess they'll let it run out. Shanae on the poke, or just reached the stick out and deflected that. So I guess they will run that out, and that is it for the second period. Spacemen come up the 1-goal lead here, as they had the lead and it tied, and now they have the lead again. Still a tight matchup here.
Yep, 2-1 is our score after 40 minutes of play. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll have your second period recap. And we'll take some look at scores around the league in the Midwest, East, and the USPHL. In the meantime, we'll take a break here on Flow Sports. This is Spaceman Hockey.
Sports Club is a volleyball-first facility and home to Empowered's Volleyball Academy and Pro Beach Juniors. At Empowered, we focus on development and the process over outcome. And we believe our record-setting recruitment numbers, 24 athletes alone in our 2023 class, 100% college placement rate, and continued success at the highest levels by our alumni speak for themselves, confirming that Empowered is your best option for overall athlete development. This year, we have once again upgraded our club model, programming, and staff to keep us out in front as one of the country's leaders in total athlete development, mind, body, and soul. But none of this would even be possible if God hadn't blessed us with a 90,000 square foot state-of-the-art volleyball and multi-sport facility that includes indoor turf, PSM weight training, 4 volleyball courts, and 5 indoor beach courts. Empowered is here to stay. So if you're looking for a long-term home and one you will never outgrow, we believe the choice is clear. Empowered is the most thorough and all-inclusive junior Olympic development program in the country.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club was established in 1997 and has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple, and he's also one of the coaches. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Join the Pineapple family today. Go to their website, teampineapple.com, for all programming information. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance, Parkview Ortho Clinic, Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Fall Sports Academy. Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I decided if I was going to come to Indiana Tech, I was going to be a different kind of instructor. I was really going to focus on connecting with students, teaching the students the theory that they needed, and also the practical applications.
Very practically, what that looks like is smaller class sizes. So my class sizes are the 8 to 10 up to maybe 20. And that's backed up with, we have 18 hours of office hours every week. I'm sitting in my office waiting for students to come in to talk about anything. It doesn't just have to be with the classroom.
In the College of Engineering, we have ABET accreditation for mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and biomedical engineering. ABET is the top accrediting board for engineering in the United States and probably in the world.
Another thing that is a very different approach at Indiana Tech, I think, than some other universities, is we try and make sure they have a lot of lab experience in the engineering department. All engineering programs are going to have laboratory courses, but in our laboratory courses we try to get them not just exposure to measurements and exposure to some of the devices that you'll be used, but I like to actually assign projects that are, realistic projects.
Those projects, this project-based learning, helps students to work together in a group and be hands-on with their the material or the product that they're creating. Engineering students at Indiana Tech are, to me, stand out because I know that they've had a lot of experiences working in groups, working on projects, doing lab experiments to help them understand the material, and I think that prepares them well for industry.
First thing I'll tell a high school student is study, study, study. Get all the math you can possibly get. I honestly believe that the critical thinking skills you learn in math courses will help you with engineering courses.
The type of knowledge base that students should have coming in, they need to be problem solvers and critical thinkers. Those two things are really the essence of engineering. Regardless of flavor, they're going to need to figure out, there's a problem here, how do I solve it? And they need to think critically about that. They need to observe, listen to people, and then kick in those problem-solving skills to solve the problem.
Part of the growth of Indiana Tech has involved an increasing number of international students. So I think if we can expose students to different ideas, different cultures, again, it makes them that much more competitive in the marketplace.
In the Fort Wayne area, we have lots of large companies, BAE Systems, Fort Wayne Metals, General Motors, Raytheon, Harris Corporation, and the list goes on. We have a lot of employers that want our engineering students.
Indiana Tech, I think, continues to serve students even beyond their graduation. We really strive to keep in touch with our alumni on a personal level just to see how they're doing, but then also they want to give back to the university because of the experiences they've had here, so they want to provide opportunities for other students here as well.
Welcome back to the Sport One Parkview Ice House. After 40 minutes of play here, the Spacemen are up 2-1 over the Battle Creek Kernels. Shots on goal that period, 6 for Battle Creek, bringing it to a 2-period total on 10. 22 for the Spacemen, bringing it to a 2-period total of 48. 6 block shots to the Spacemen, 3, 2 penalty minutes apiece, no power plays. Oh, wow. Take a look back at our goals here in the period. Let's make sure I have the right ones here, and yes. Up first is the Brandon Young goal. Spaceman chased down a dump-in attempt and around to the far side, worked out to the point. Young is there with a wrist shot through the screen and beats Wakefield for the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that was the first effort there to find that chink in the armor of Wakefield. He was shutting Fort Wayne down, and there it happened.
To this later into the second we go. It is Haas on a penalty shot for him. Backhand gets Zinchenko down and puts it top shelf.
Yeah, Zinchenko tried to come out a little bit there early, but Haas just played the cool hand that he's got and put one in and tied the game up.
Later into the second period we go. It is going to be the Spacemen responding. This one backhand fed out, knocked down in front. The Spacemen gathered up here. Tucson receives a pass from Rollman, who shoots it over the glove, short side, and it is 2-1. That is where we stand after 40 minutes of play. When we return, we'll take a quick look here. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll take a look at scores around the USPHL that concern the Spacemen in the Midwest East. We'll take a break here on Flow Sports. This is Spaceman Hockey.
This has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Dealing with joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Ortho Express has specialized orthopedic physicians on staff when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back here, taking a look at scores around the USPHL in the Midwest East Division. Some teams in the showcase here, or in Metro's case, they're playing themselves in a way. The Metro Jets, the big Metro Jets, defeated the Metro Jets development program by a final of 6-0. The Decatur Blaze take an overtime loss to the Dell Ducks. Our team we're facing next couple days, the Cincinnati Cyclones, currently down 6-1 against the Toledo Cherokee. And the Chicago Crush, currently down 1-0 against, I'll pull it up here, the Minnesota Moose. And one more was the Chicago Cougars, currently in action right now. They are tied at 0, about halfway through the first period, 0-0 against the Minnesota Blue Ox. So that's some scores around the USPHL in the Midwest East. We'll take another break here on Flow Sports. This is Spaceman Hockey.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing. It makes it so worthwhile to be a Warrior. Go Warriors.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Back here at the Sport One Parkview Ice House, we gear up for the third period. 20 on the board, as well as a minute 30 each of penalty time. So we have 4-on-4 action.
Yeah, on those roughs right there. But like I said before, when these two teams met, they were pretty even-steven on a lot of things. And in that first game, there was a minute 13 or something goal differential, and then the second goal in that matchup was 13-second differential. So when one team scores, the other will respond. So look for Battle Creek to try to get an even strength goal and not have to rely on that penalty shot effort, which worked for them. But we'll see what happens here in the third, see what Battle Creek can keep themselves in it, or if Spacemen can maintain or accelerate on the goal side of the sheet.
Face off, pulled through by the Kernels, but Tucson picks it up. There's a shot, blocker save made there by Wakefield, getting an early test here. Everything's been a pretty even game except one factor, and that is the shots on goal.
Definitely.
As we mentioned, 48-10, now 49. Out to Shanae in the defensive zone. Shanae circles back around up the ice. Here's Badger. Badger gets it into the zone on the attack. Badger goes below the goal line, circles around. Backhands out to Tucson. Tucson to Badger. Badger sends it down low. Off the wall, Tucson with it. Down to Axelson, tries to feed the middle, cannot. Tucson picks it up. Gathered up, and here come the Kernels the other way, leading the rush. Number 12 for the Kernels. I'll get that in a second, as that one's poked away by Zinchenko. Number 12, that is Killian. Here's Badger up the way for the Spacemen. The defenseman leading things here for both teams on these most recent rushes. Here is Jaros. Around the wall to the far side is controlled by the Kernels. 2 seconds to go. And we are back to 5-on-5. Moore with it. Moore circles around, goes back up the near side. Moore dumps it down low. Is going to go around to Coffin in the corner. Coffin lost it in the doors, picks it back up. He's got Patak all over him. And it's worked out to Young with a wrist shot. That one's wide. Moore keeps it in. Along the near side, Moynihan with a shot, missed it just high. Tried to short side that one too. Hewlin, that's Young, lays a hit there. His helmet comes off, play whistle down, so he'll have to go to the bench.
Well, just 2 minutes and 1 second into the third, and they've settled back into their previous ways, so I'm not seeing anything like stand out or pop out here in the beginning of the third, so if it's working for you, it's going to work, but this one is a deficit for the Kernels that they got to try to tie up.
Face off one now by the Spacemen. They get it inside the zone. No eyes here. So we got an update. We were talking for a brief moment on the side between whistles about what one of the colleges here being put on lockdown. Found out it's due to a potential armed robbery on campus.
Yeah, they said they heard shots and then found out there was an armed robbery. And so Fort Wayne Police Department are on the scene and they're handling it. And let's just hope that the attempted armed robbery is what I was told. It's just that, and everybody is okay. So
this one's sent around here to the near side. Working it free out to the slot. Play for Takatani. Fed up to Mangan. And that one whistled down for the offsides.
And we're going to try to gather up here. We're still looking pretty the last 2 periods, but let's see what if we get any standouts here. We are just a couple minutes in.
Face off one by the Spaceman. Lukowiak with the win. Fed over to the far side for Burge. Lost it as he tried to dodge a hit from Miller. On the far side, Burge gets it back, tries to feed to Lukowiak. Miller takes it away. Lukowiak steals it from Miller. Now it's played into neutral by Fricky. Along the near side now. Barron fed up to Lukowiak, missed the pass. Lukowiak comes out to play it. Wakefield comes down. Oh my, he hit it there. He played it off one of the defense. Hit the defenseman and started rolling to the net. A diving play there, I believe, by Miller. Knocked it away.
Wow.
And the Kernels avoid disaster there.
You captured that?
Oh, no, I forgot to hit the capture replay on that one.
Hope you saw it there live. What a heads-up play, I mean, for your defenseman. I mean, it was a foot race, and, you know, Wakefield came way out on that.
Face-off win for the Spacemen. To Varon with a wrist shot. That one's blocked by Fricky. All on the wall. Lukowiak comes away with it. Fed down to the corner. Lukowiak tries to turn it around, cannot.
Oh, don't
it's
see it.
Loose right in the slot. No one sees it, just outside the crease.
Yeah, Spock's stick was tied up, so he was looking at it.
Inside the zone, now to the near side corner. Wrapped around, here's Chine over, kept in at the point. Haas with it. Nice move there by Haas with the, faked it. Takes it below the goal line. Chine, wraparound try, save made. Kicked out by Zinchenko.
Oh, wow.
And the net is kicked off as well.
Yeah, Zinchenko lost that stick. He saw the puck, he kicked it out, but he kicked the net off as he did a soccer move there as he was down. He did not give up. He gave it all. But, boy, he could have gave up one there in the slot if a Kernel was there or two. But he got it out of harm's way, and they are going to go stick side on the face-off.
Yep. Lukowiak to the face-off for the Spaceman. A tie-up pulled through by the Kernels. Loose puck gathered up, though, by Spock. Here is Burge. Burge reverses off the wall. Back for Spock on the near side. It is controlled now by Burge at the point. Holds it in, sends it down low, looking for Spock. Finds him in and out of his stick. Haas takes it away, plays it to the corner. Gets in with it. Off the wall, back to Getson. No, hits the outside of the net there. Pass coming from Killian, it looks like. Killian backhands it out of the zone. Badger with it. Fed over to Young. Young looking up ice for Axelson. Gets it to Toussaint with a wrist shot in and out of the glove of Wakefield. Roman plays it near side out to Badger, intercepted by Osafo and cleared out. Young picks it back up to lay it off sides, gets it on the zone now, and the Spacemen on side, they give chase. Here's Killian to Jaros. Jaros up to Haas. Haas tries to go through the legs, bodied off the play there by Young. Didn't bite on that one at all. As here's Toussaint the other way. Toussaint in the zone, throws it towards the net. Save made there by Wakefield.
Yeah, almost picked up as he stopped it on the stick save before he can get the cover there. I don't know if that was Roman there that could have almost picked it up, but actually it was Axelson. But yeah, so yeah, not to negate the great Zinchenko stop there, but Haas playing hot. He about got a wrap around and poke in there, and that's the last action Zinchenko I saw.
Face off won by the Kernels. They play up ice. Coming down the ice is Sebastian Hag. He lost it, played to the far side. Yulin off the glass. Cothran to Yulin, onside. Yulin sent down to the ice. Cothran with it. Off the wall, out to the point for Moore. Over hit stick and hopped out. He's in the foot race now with Hag. Moore lost it. Here's a chance there. There's a shot, and it's broken up by Tone. The back check as Lewis couldn't pull the trigger. This one cleared down the ice. It misses everybody, and good job there. I believe that is Bailey to body out Tone, not allowing him to get around, and it'll get the icing.
Yeah, Moore tried to feed Moynihan, and it just right in front of the bench, and it didn't connect, and that's where we're at. But.
So face off far side in the Spaceman defensive zone. Won by the Kernels. There's a wrist shot, tipped in front wide. Shot coming from Miller. On the near side, Fricky tries to center it, is wide. Moynihan ties up now, far side, up into the air, glove down by Miller. Tied up, Spaceman work it free. Picked up now by Barone. Off the wall, looking for Fricky, missed it. It's Cothran into the zone. Cothran takes it to the near side, tries to feed it, cannot. Tone picks it up, lost it. Barone with it. Into the zone. Moore tied up with Fricky, delayed offside here for the Kernels. They touch up, play whistled down.
Yeah, a little pushing and shoving there as Schaefer almost ended up on the Spaceman bench, and
no one would let him out.
Yeah, so that's all over, and this is about to begin.
Face-off won by the Spacemen. Blair up to Lacey. Lacey into the zone, leaves it for Mangan. Tries to center it again, but it's broken up. Glove down by the Kernels. Over to the near side is Barone. Barone circles back, lost control of it. Mangan with it. Gives chase. Mangan into the zone. Has Takatani with him. Mangan to Takatani, and that one's tipped wide. Wakefield gave almost no room there. Now the Kernels the other way. Osafo with it. Bumped off the play. Here's a chance now. Good stick handling there from Jaros. Jaros down to Osafo. Tied up with Varon. Jaros tries to send it to the slot. It's intercepted by Lacey. Fed over to the far side. Takatani with it. Over the line. Takatani with a shot. Missed it wide. And now it rolls all the way to neutral. Varon with it. Varon fed up to Spock. Spock to Blair. Blair on side. Takes it to the corner behind the net. Well, now behind the goal line as he stopped at the corner. Psyched me out.
Yeah, we saw Takatani going in on a backdoor pass.
Here is Spock. Fed down low for Lekowiak. Takes it to the corner. Lekowiak off the wall to himself with the bounce pass. Lekowiak with a shot towards the net. Kicking save there by Getson. sends it down the ice, and this one's going to go for an icing.
And we saw
9 block shots here for the Kernels.
So, yeah, we saw the kick stop there. We saw Zinchenko do that against Haas's effort as the puck came loose, stick come out. So everybody's just protecting the netminders as best they can, and here's where we're at. 2-1 Spacemen up with 11:43 remaining in the third.
Yep, face off far side. One back by the Spacemen, or by the Kernels, excuse me. They clear out of the zone.
Uh-oh.
And now here's a chance the other way. Here's a shot. Save made there by Zinchenko. I don't even think he tried to pull the trigger. That was Lewis. I think he was trying to get Zinchenko to move and open the legs and just let the puck glide through.
Yeah, he stayed with it.
Up into the air, glove down by Lekowiak. Tries to send it to Burge. It's broken up. Fed out to the point. Cleared out for a brief moment by Sebastian Haig. Spock with it. He's over the line. Spock to the slot. Now far side. Spock still with it. Feeds the Burge. Save made there, and the net is off. 10:58 on the big board.
Yeah, coming across there is hoping to try to stuff one in there, but Wakefield all over it, as he has throughout this game, staring down a lot of shots. I mean, he should be up to 60 probably here soon, or around that already. Saves.
Face off near side. One back by the Kernels. Face off win there. I'm thinking it was Charos, as this one is out of play. No, actually, it looks like it was Hag. Either way, Kernels win that one. They pull it out of play. As Tucson will go in there for the Kernels. Alex Young opposite him. Young wins it back. Ooh. And that one rolls to the net, and Wakefield will cover.
Yeah, Tucson was directing a little traffic here right before that puck drop. Looks like they're going to try it again, as they didn't like that effort, so this is to their advantage.
Another win there for the Kernels and Young. Behind the net to the near side. It is controlled and neutral by Schnee. Fed up ice. Over the line, Axelson lost it in the feet of Patak. Here's Ewan sent down low, tipped wide, well above the net. Fed to the middle of Schnee, skated right over it. Ewan until Roman bumped off the play. Here is Axelson over to Tucson, intercepted by Patak. Sent into the zone. Behind the net, Ewan off the wall, around to the near side. Leading the rush now is Toussaint. Right up the near side with speed. Cuts to the middle, lets it go. Save made there by Wakefield. As Toussaint set heavily into the wall. Delay penalty coming up here. There's his try. Save made there by Wakefield.
As he has to sit on it again. And to the bench, Zinchenko made it, but extra player never made it on the ice.
So with that, the Spacemen will go on the Rudy's Cigar Shop power play. First power play of the game for either team.
So a holding call against Battle Creek, as we see. I believe Barone, Barone in the penalty box for the hold.
Yeah, first power play for either team, and it's a face-off win for Mengen. Here is Takatani. Fed out to Ewan. Ewan over to Moore. Moore, the wrist shot save made by Wakefield.
Yeah, this is uncharted territory. No one's developed strategy or how well they can play penalty kill or power play in this effort, as we are just over the halfway mark in the third.
Face off one there by the Spaceman. Takatani with a shot. Blocked there by Haas. 10 block shots. They're in double digits. Over to the far side, Moore. Circles back around, out to Yulin. Yulin over to Takatani with a wrist shot. Centered. Oh, he centered it to the middle. Moore with it. Out to Yulin at the point. Over to Takatani. Takatani with a shot. Save made by Wakefield. Rebound to the corner. This one wrapped around the wall by Miller. Held in by Yulin. Goes to the far side. Nobody there, and the Kernels will clear.
Yeah, Yulin came in. He gave up that spot, and no one came back.
Yulin with it now with a minute to go here on the power play. Cothran lost it along the walls, gets it right back. Cothran behind the net, hits the brakes, feeds to the far side. Moore out to Yulin. Yulin to Takatani. Tries to get it to Moore. Backhand down low. It's blocked by Takatani, held in. Here is Takatani. Tries to short side it. Save made by Wakefield. Cleared out by Bailey, held in by the Spacemen. Here is Cothran with a shot. Wide. Here's Moore. Fed over to Yulin with a shot. Save made there as Wakefield yanks that one out of the air.
Yeah, they're coming for him on stick side, and his glove is hot coming across, so he's been staring him down. 23 seconds on the penalty kill for Battle Creek, so they're working.
Face off far side. Tucson in there again for the Spacemen. It's one back by Braden Lewis. Lost it. Here's Shanae over to the far side. Cutting down low. There's a shot. Tried to hit the corner. It is off the glass and cleared, and that is most likely going to do it for the power play with 5 seconds to go. Here's Shanae. Shanae racing up the middle. Over the line. Back to even strength are the Kernels. Taken away. Oh my, here's a chance now for Battle Creek. Gets up to Lewis. Had to stop though. He was streaking far side. Lost all of his momentum. Here's a chance now with a shot off the helmet. Loose to the far side. It is Lewis. Centers it. Broken up there by Badger in the crease. Shot save made there by Zinchenko. Kernels hold it in. Cothran clears it to neutral. Tucson behind the net. Whack in the face. And play whistle down. A penalty coming up to the Kernels.
Keep an eye on Toussaint there. Yeah, that was a team effort. We saw 3 men back here protecting Zinchenko. He came out and got aggressive, and that puck just kept turning over there, giving a chance for Battle Creek to pick up something. And boy, when you taste that and you don't come out with it, that is a stinger.
So the Kernels take another penalty here for high sticking. There's 7:07.
I believe it's Eli Bailey. I'm not sure. I think I saw a number 6 as he went in. We'll double check that. And it sure is.
Spaceman going back on the power play. Face off won by Mangan. Over to the far side. Moore with it. Moore out to Yulin. Yulin to Takatani with a shot. Pat save made. Rebound. Knocked away there by the Kernels. Held into the zone though. Off the wall. Gathered there by Getson and is clear. Excuse me, Killian, and is sent down the ice. Here's Takatani. Racing up the near side. Hits the brakes at the corner. Here's Yulin over to Moore. Moore with the shot. Save made. Rebound cleared out to the corner. Haas off the wall and clears down the ice. Yulin picks it up now. Here come the Spacemen over the line. It is Axelson. Centers it. Off a redirect. Goes behind the net. Here's Axelson with a shot. Tipped in front. Rebound to the near side. Sebastian has the rebound.
Wow. Yeah, it looked like a little slow-mo might find its way trickling in, but did not. Still 55 seconds on the power play for the Spacemen. Battle Creek is getting into crunch time, and they have got to find something here, but the Spacemen are just staying one step ahead to maintain this 1-goal lead.
A face-off win there by the Kernels. Hit the linesman there, so it's not cleared. Here's Shanae. Shot towards the net. Tipped wide by Tucson. Cawthon with it. Out to Schnee. Badger with it at the high point. Over to the far side. Back to Badger with a wrist shot. Takes a few hops there. Schnee fans on it. Schaefer picks it up. Flips it down the ice. Glove down by Badger as Fricky was streaking on the shorthanded chance. Here's Badgers trying to work it free. Dodging a few hits. Finally hauled down to the ice there by Getson. And the Spacemen have it. There's a shot wide of the net by Axelson. And this one's cleared all the way back out. Badger with it. 10 seconds to go here on the power play. Tucson back over the line. Drops it back and cleared out there by the Kernels. That will do it. Back-to-back penalty kills here for the Kernels, and they get them both. Below the goal line now, around behind the net is Young. One of the 2 goal scorers here for the Spacemen. Lukoyak racing up the far or near side. He's met there at the wall, taken away. Osafo with it far side, onside play. He's taken down. Here's Varon. Varon to the near side. Off the wall, played now by Young. Or it was Lukoyak to Young. Here's Varon. Varon dumps it down the ice into the zone. Tied up in the far corner is Miller and Lukoyak. Burge with it. Burge backhand try, blocked in front. And this one's cleared up to Jaros. Jaros dumps it inside the zone. Here's Blair. Off the back of the net, here's Blair. Blair around over to the far side for Burge. 3:58 to go here in the third. Varon with it. Varon racing down to the corner. He has to circle back. Lost it there. And it's up into the air. Here comes Battle Creek the other way. It is Jaros. Into the zone. Backhands it down low below the goal line. Picked up now by Blair. Off the wall. Gathered up to Takatani. Drops it back and is up by Jaros. Jaros tries to feed into the zone for Haig, excuse me, as it is dumped out of the zone. Takatani throws it back in on net, saved there by Wakefield. Met there by Lewis. Lewis off the wall, pressured by Takatani, trying to work it free for the Kernels. Gets it over to Bailey. Bailey circles at the blue line, feeds it down low, intercepted by the Spaceman. Blair with it behind the net. Blair goes off the wall for Rollman, missed the pass. Down to 2:50 here. It is the Kernels leading a rush here into the zone. Lost it as it's tied up in the feet of Blair. That one set down the ice, and it will be an icing with 2:34 left here in the third. And we have a timeout called by the Kernels. We'll take a break here. When we return, we'll have the continuation of the third period here on Flow Sports. This is Spaceman Hockey.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Back here at the Sport One Parkview Ice House, 2:34 left here in the third period. The Kernels down by a goal. They call the timeout, and they have a face-off inside of the Spaceman zone. So face-off far side. It is won back by Mangan. Around in the near side, cleared down the ice. And this one's going to go the distance, and it will be an icing.
Yeah, Mangan's arguing it was tipped. So, but earlier on when that first icing, I mean, that timeout was a blessing in disguise. For the Spacemen, it was gassed on that. So they're going to remain out, and let's see what.
Face-off won by the Kernels. This one's up in the air, knocked down. Here's a chance in the slot, poked away by Moore. Another shot just wide of the net. That one coming from Braden Lewis. Loose puck, far side. Here's a drive for the point. Glove save made there, ripped out of the air by Zinchenko.
Yep, he was hoping for a shot from deep, and he stopped her. Had to take a long reach on that. Fresh legs for the Spacemen now. 2:02, netminder still in his spot. We'll keep an eye on that and see if he takes a race to the bench.
Yeah, face off far side. One through the feet there, loose to the corner. On the far side, trying to work it free. Eventually worked, it's sent to the near side. This one cleared up by Tone. Tone over the line. Oh, lost it there to Haas. And now the Kernels the other way. Wakefield taking a look. He's going now. Empty net now for the Kernels. There's a shot just wide. Picked up now by Lewis. Along the near side. Trying to work it free is the Kernels. I think it's under Tucson. And now it's worked free. Tone cuts it off the wall and clears out to neutral. Haas with it. 1:09 to go here in the third. The Kernels work it back in the zone. Haas trying to get it towards the net. Save made. Rebound up into the air. Knocked down again.
Oh, it's a goal. And scores! As Tucker Tone had a collision with Zinchenko, the puck rolls into the crease and into the back of the net. So with just under a minute, the Battle Creek Kernels have tied this game up, a little bit reminiscent of the last two times they met up in Michigan. And now we find ourselves in a tie. What an effort there by the Kernels. And an effort, I mean, it wasn't like Fort Wayne gave up. They were battling.
And it looks like it was Haas. That'd be his second goal of the game.
Wow. Showing why he's one of the leaders on that team.
Face-off controlled by the Spaceman, though. Takatani with speed, looking for revenge. There's a drive. It's up in the air, knocked down by Mangan. And we got some extras.
Assistant goal number 12,
Killian credited with the assist, and it is Haas, his second of the game.
Wow, so the captain's Connor Haas, fed by Seamus Killian, has brought this to a tie. And we'll see what we can do here as they face off just outside the attacking zone for the Spacemen.
2-2 is our score here. Under a minute to go in the third. Face-off won by the Kernels. Fed over to the far side. It is Killian with it now. Dumped down the ice, and it is put in by Fricky. Turned over. Here's a chance. Mangan picks it up, tries to clear, cannot. Here's a shot towards the net, and it's wide. Around to the near side. It is Mangan leading the rush now over the blue line. Tries to go through the feet, easily intercepted there. Taken away by Takatani. Behind the net, around to the far side. Takatani out to Yulin. Yulin with a shot. Tipped in front, just wide. It rolls to the near side. Takatani ridden into the wall. He's down on the ice. Good hit, though. Nothing going on with that as it's down to the far side. Killian dumps it down into neutral, and that is going to do it. We're going to overtime.
And it's not like the Spacemen have gone into fourth periods before.
Well, we'll take a break here. We'll return for your overtime period on Flow Sports. This is Spaceman Hockey.
Waffle breakfast sandwiches are dropping at Tim's. Our sweet, fluffy maple waffles, packed with a fresh cracked egg, savory sausage, or sizzling bacon, and melty, gooey cheese. The Maple Waffle Breakfast Sandwich, made to make your day. It's time for Tim's.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Back here at the Sport One Parkview Ice House after 60 minutes. It is 2-2. 60 shots on goal for the Spacemen to the Kernels 19. And we're going to overtime. And I got to tell you, the pickup here by Sebastian Wakefield for the Kernels, he has been shown he's been a great pickup for them.
Yeah, what a great acquisition for this green team here. We're ready to see some 3-on-3 action here. But, yeah, the most efficient shots in goal ratio are Battle Creek.
Face-off won by the Spacemen. 5 minutes, 3-on-3. Here's Shanae. Shanae circles around. He's at the near point. Comes out of the zone. Didn't like what he saw. Shanae coming down the far side. Circles back around again. Feeds up to Cothran. He's over the line. Cothran to the far side. He circles back out. Still, Spacemen not liking what they see right now. Battle Creek shutting him down. Now here's Tucson with it. He's in with speed. Circles around to the point. Tucson to Cothran, easily picked off here. Gets it back though as Jaros couldn't quite handle it. Here's Cothran with a shot blocker save made there by Wakefield. Jaros picks it up for the Kernels. Battle Creek over the line with a shot. Save made there by Zinchenko, and play whistled down.
Yeah, this is where Jaros will shine. He's played pretty well so far in this matchup when he can get a break and has a little space. He can hands it in and get a shot off, but he's been disrupted thus far. So this was a good effort by him. And this is his game. Now we'll see fresh legs and see what will happen now.
53 seconds gone by here in the overtime. And a face-off win for Mangan. Setting up behind the net now, taking a look at the options. Here is Moore. Fisher Moore racing down the near side. To the point now to the far side. Moore circles back, lost his footing. Holds it into the zone. Moore to the circle with a shot. Ooh. Save made there off the helmet of Wakefield. And is cleared over to the far side. Mangan holds the line, but he's forced out by Osafo. Here's Moore with it. Moore circles around at the blue line. Cuts down low. Moore over to the far side. Takatani, his shot missed it high as he tried the short side. And now it is Mangan. Oh, it's stolen by Osafo. Into the zone he goes to the far side, and he's met there by three of the Spacemen and their sticks. They tie up in the far corner. Mangan's trying to work it free. He gets it. Feeds up to Takatani. 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Takatani into the zone. Takes a look. Takatani with the toe drag. Nice move to the slot. Takatani with the shot blocked in front there by Haas. Haas doing it all pretty much right now. 2 goals and numerous blocked shots. Here's Moore working it down low. It's broken up. Lewis around the wall, held in at the blue line now by Axelson. Axelson with a wrist shot. Ooh. Glove save there by Wakefield, snatching that one out of the air as his save percentage continues to increase with the more shots on goals.
Yeah, Moore and Lewis were setting a little bit of screen there. I mean, obviously Moore and Lewis trying to keep him out of there, but boy, yeah, Wakefield just had that glove ready.
Could be up to about 65 on the shots against right now. Face-off won by the Kernels. And they start the breakout. It is going to be played by Connor Barone. Barone tries to stretch pass up to the far side. It connects on to Jaros. Jaros over the line. Tries to cut through. He's met there and ridden off the play by Badger. Badger with it now. Feeds up ice. Could be a 2-on-1. Lost control of it, and Barone plays it. Over to the near side. Jaros with it now over the line. Jaros to the far side. There's a shot. Scores! The Kernels win in overtime. Braden Lewis.
So the Kernels have tried this. This is their third effort, and they did it here on the road against the Fort Wayne Spacemen with just under 2 minutes of the fourth period.
So the Kernels come in here and snap the Spacemen's 3-game win streak with the overtime victory by a final of 3-2 here in the Summit City.
Yeah, what a battle there. And it all started with the goaltender playing really well. Sebastian Wakefield staring down probably 60 shots at least, what we were seeing. And they found it in the end. So congratulate the Battle Creek Kernels as they finally pick up one against the Spacemen in this early part of the season. So don't forget we have coverage tomorrow with the Cyclones.
Yep, join us tomorrow for Cincinnati and the Spacemen, as Spacemen look to restart the win streak tomorrow against Cincinnati. That is a cross-division game against the Cyclones of the Great Lakes Division. We'll see everybody tomorrow. We thank you for joining us here on Flow Sports. This has been